To start with, the shoulder measurements which I'll be working with is 7.5, and my round sleeve also is 7 divided by 2. Then I'll come to this side also to measure it 7.5. So now the next thing to do also to take the measurement for my bust point, which is 9.5. My under bust 13.5. Then my half length 16, and here is the full length. Let me use like 19. So now the next thing to do is to join each point. So afterward, the next thing to do now is to take my nipple to nipple measurement. So now this place I'll measure 4. Then at the under bust 3.5. Then at the waist 3.5. Three and a half. So now the next thing to do is to connect each point. To do is to come to my under bust measurement and my waist measurement and take the dots. So now for here I'll be using 1.5, that is 1.5 inches. Then here also 1.5 inches. At the under bust to 1.5. Then at the under bust, I'll come up by half. Reason for that, to allow the cup to sit well at the bust point. So then I'll come to my bust point here and also come down by half. Reason for this also to avoid a kind of point house at the bust point. So now the next thing for me to do now is to connect each point together. Let's connect from here first to connect the straight line. Then at this point of the underboard, we're going to make a kind of curve shape to this point here. That is the half-inch we came down. So now I can use a freehand method, or I'll use my master ruler, but because I'm using a pen, let me use this master ruler. So now let's label it. This is the bust point, the under bust, the waist, then the hemline. So now the next thing for me to do, to come to the round sleeve and also take the measurement for my round sleeve. Then before what, I will come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slant. 1 inch for shoulder slant. Then for my basic neckline 3x3. So let's make the slant row there, the shoulder line. So from this point now, I'm going to measure whatever I have here and divide it by 2. Here I have 6. So 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So at this point, I'm going to take my round cuff. So I'm going to take my armhole cuff. Then meanwhile, I need to like go in by half of an inch to take my arm cuff. But the next thing for us to do, like I need to like connect this point to the armhole. So now let's do that. Next thing to do is to take the dart at the arm hole. So what we need to do now is just from this place, we need to come down by 1.5. It depends on the size you're working with, but for size 32, you come down by 1.5. For other sizes, you come down by 2 inches. So it depends on whatever size you're working with. So afterwards, I'll connect. This will be our new guideline now. So now, whatever we take out from this place, we are going to replace it back at the front here to avoid a kind of shortage whenever we are working with our fabric. So now I'm going to measure the 1.5 upward. Then connect it back. So let's take the measurement for our bust point. So the bust point which I'm working with is 8.5. That is, I need to divide whatever I'm having divided by 4. So now 8.5. This 1.5 here, I'm going to mark it back to this point. 1.5. Then I'm going to add whatever sewing allowance I'm working with. So sewing allowance which I'm working with is 1. I'll come down to the underbust. The underbust which I'm working with is 7. Then I'm going to add this 1.5 because it's going to serve as a cutout. So this is 1.5, the cutout point, then the 1 inch for sewing allowance. So this point here, it's cut out, cut out, cut out, cut out, cut out, cut out, and also this point too is going to serve as cut out. So I'll come down to the waistline. The waistline which I'm working with is 26. 26 divided by 4 is 6.75. So I'll measure 6. Then also include this 1.5 I have here. Then 1 inch for seam allowance. So whatever I have here, I'm going to. So the total of what I have here is 9.5. It will serve the same thing as the M9. The next thing to do now is to connect each point together and also connect this our new round armhole. So this will serve as our new round armhole now, not this point again. So let's do that. Now connecting, this is what we have, and also let me mark the neckline, which is 3 by 3. So the next thing for us to do is to cut out there. Then the cut out at this point too. So whenever we want to place it on the fabric, take one of this. This one will be on fold, then this will be a 2 pieces fold. So you sew like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. It's advisable to start from the down part. So we take through. Then another thing, we should try to like notch each point. For instance, the under bust point and the bust point. So we need to like notch it. So whenever we are applying it on the fabric, we know each point for easier joining. And you can as well drop the back as a simple princess dart or has a simple basic bodice pattern. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of today's video.